Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video, and this is a huge one. Finally, at last, new Avatar novel has been revealed. Now, it is just listings that have gone up. There's been no article announcing it, so all we have is the information from the product description. So we don't know for sure how many books is in the series as far as I'm aware, so we might have to wait for maybe some more official statements on that. But as you can see here, Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Dawn of Yangchen, the Yangchen novels book 1. And you can see the cover that they have here, really cool image of Yangchen, arrow tattoo, The Dawn of Yangchen, by FCE, so he has returned to do the third novel as well. And like we knew was coming, Chronicles of the Avatar is the overall series name for all of the books, cross avatars basically. Because obviously in this case we've gone from Kyoshi, we've actually gone backwards to Yangchen. So that's very, very interesting. So interestingly, the book is out July 19th, 2022. After all of the date stuff has been going horribly, horribly wrong with the comics, it is so interesting and refreshing to see book get announced and it be out in under 4 months. And it's the best, in my mind, the best extra kind of material stuff, which is the novels. So this is going to be huge. This has, in my mind, sort of saved the year getting this announcement. So before we get into the description, just okay, the fact that it's Yangchen, I think after the Legends RPG information, I was maybe expecting Roku, but but stemming off the novels, it does feel like Yangchen is probably the character they've kind of focused on a little bit more. Now, of course, there are still stories, there's probably still one more story to tell with Karuk. There's obviously stuff to tell with Roku, but this likely means that we're getting at least 2 Yangchen novels, and then I assume Chronicles of the Avatar will comprise more than just 2 avatars, so we will go to one of the other avatars eventually. So a lot of interesting stuff here. So this is fully official. It's on Abrams Books. It's also on Edelweiss, which is where I found this because I was just looking to see what was going on with release dates, and it just popped up and I was like, what is this? So let's go through the description here. From the New York Times best-selling author of Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Rise of Kyoshi, and The Shadow of Kyoshi comes a thrilling new chapter in the Chronicles of the Avatar series. Yangchen's inexperience may prove to be her greatest asset. Plagued by the voices of avatars before her for as long as she can remember, Yangchen has not yet earned the respect felt for Avatar Zito, her predecessor. In an era where loyalty is bought rather than earned, she has little reason to trust her counsel. When Yangchen travels to Bin-Ur in the Earth Kingdom on political business, a chance encounter with an informant named Kavik leads to a wary partnership. Bin-Ur is a city ruled by corrupt Shang merchants who have become resentful of the mercurial Earth King and his whims. To extract themselves from his influence, the Shangs have one solution in mind: a mysterious weapon of mass destruction that would place power squarely in their hands. As Yangchen and Kavik seek to thwart the Shang's plans, their unlikely friendship deepens. But for Yangchen to chart her course as a singularly powerful avatar, she must learn to rely on her own wisdom above all else. This propulsive third installment in the Chronicles of the Avatar series illuminates Avatar Yangchen's journey from uncertain young woman to revered leader. FCE is back, of course. So, yeah. Here we go. The plot, I don't know how much there is to read into what we know about the plot right now. So obviously Bin-Ur, I don't think we've ever heard about that place in the Earth Kingdom. Other character named Kavik, who she eventually grows quite close to. You sort of maybe wonder, is that just friends or is that maybe romantic? It's a YA book, so maybe you expect a little bit of romance. That would be interesting because I don't think we know anything about Yangchen and romance, so that could be an interesting kind of dynamic. And he's an informant. It's an era where loyalty is bought rather than earned. So she doesn't trust a lot of the people around her, so she kind of wants to prove herself, because Zito obviously did quite a lot during his reign as the Avatar, which we learned about from the previous book. And she's trying to get there. So this is obviously before she's made a lot of these kind of pacts with different spirits, which is kind of what she ends up sort of being known for. This, I guess, is going to be her pathway to, I suppose, eventually beginning to create a lot of these kind of treaties between different nations that causes the sort of general peace that is felt in the kind of eras that follow. So this is going to be very interesting, because like a new place, Bin-Ur, ruled by corrupt merchants who become resentful of the mercurial Earth King. I do wonder, will they reveal which Earth King this is, in terms of like, will they say a number, will they say a name? FCE is usually pretty detailed, so I'm assuming they probably will. Mysterious weapon of mass destruction. That is quite interesting, because one of the things from the Wan Chi Tong Adventure Guide that we just recently got is that in one of the eras, one of the like library stories, I think it's the Roku era, is that people are going there to get like basically the blueprints in a way for an ancient weapon. So maybe this might be related to that. And especially because we're going way back, like this is pretty far back in the timeline. This is like pre-Kyoshi, which already doesn't have like crazy technology. So this has even less. What is this weapon of mass destruction? So that's quite interesting. So Yangchen and Kavik seek to thwart the plans. Their friendship deepens. She must rely on her own wisdom above all else. So inexperience may prove to be her greatest asset. That's an interesting kind of like, you know, one-liner there, that the fact that she's inexperienced may work to her advantage. Maybe it's just that like in this era, like her not being corrupted in a way by the same way that like a lot of the people around her are, will allow her to do something. It's definitely going to be interesting for sure to see where exactly this goes. They are calling it book 1, so I'm guessing that at least means book 2. I think I'd be perfectly fine with that if they just did like 2 books per Avatar. That seems like a pretty good way to do the sort of exploration of these characters. But yeah, I think the main thing for me is just like it's coming out so soon. Apart from one rumor, basically, before this, we had no idea there were novels coming. Well, I suppose like the rumor and then the Chronicles of the Avatar sort of details, which is now like completely true. You may be kind of questioning, like, still says Avatar: The Last Airbender. Shouldn't that really be like Avatar Legends these days? But that's that. It's also up in Edelweiss, 336 pages. I don't think I covered that before. So that feels pretty good. And yeah, otherwise, I don't think there's anything else that's extra on this. Hardcover with dust jacket, so it's going to be the same sort of format. I assume it will be the same size as the other books as well. It's the follow-up to the best-selling series. Yeah, fandom. FCE is back again, this time focusing on Yangchen. Written in consultation with Michael Dante DiMartino. That all fits. I think for now, that's all that there really is to talk about here. So I guess I'm going to be looking for a place to pre-order this book as soon as possible. And, you know, obviously, based on what we know, like there should be like an audiobook that goes along with this. So, you know, rarer piece of merchandise is probably going to be the audiobook on CD. So keep an eye out for that as well. But finally, like I really do view this as being sort of like, this has saved the year, because the lineup of books otherwise has not been looking good. Dates have been just getting delayed and delayed on comics. It's kind of becoming clear that maybe Avatar Studios is not as far along as we maybe think it is. This is so badly needed, and the fact that it's actually not too far away is absolutely fantastic. So this immediately just drastically improves my outlook for the rest of the year. And I'm very, very eager to see what happens here. Like I said, there probably will be some sort of like more official announcement, I guess, in the coming days once news kind of spreads out and everyone's aware. Oh, we can talk about this finally. So I guess we'll find out how many books it is, because they did announce with the Kyoshi novels initially that it was 2. So I'd like to see maybe some sort of an interview where they maybe confirm what Chronicles of the Avatar specifically like means. Does it directly mean there is a plan to do more on like a lot of the avatars that we do know? And will they reveal, like with this announcement, like, okay, there's 2 Yangchen books, but then might they actually reveal what's coming next? Because this is now properly like we're in Avatar Studios. I guess we'll get this book this year, it's book 2 next year, and hopefully they have a plan to kind of keep this rolling a little bit. So yeah, really, really, really good stuff. So in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are. New Avatar novel, Yangchen focused. What do you make of the story here? How excited are you for this? But yes, it feels like Avatar is finally back, because the novels have been the best things over the last few years. So hugely exciting. But that has been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.